Hey everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of AniBreak, the show where we break down the week's hottest topics in anime, manga, and video games. My name's Jason, and this week we're going to start off with some really big news that came out of Japan in a cooperation with an American company. It looks like the upcoming space comedy anime by Shinichiro Watanabe, which we've talked about before on the show, called Space Dandy. Apparently, it's going to get as close to a worldwide simultaneous simulcast or release that you can actually get. Now, normally for us, that means, okay, it's going to show in Japan on TV, and then within a few hours, we will get it like on Crunchyroll or Funimation. No, this one is actually going to be shown on American television. I was really surprised to hear about this. So, yeah, from what's been reported already, is that not only will be shown on Animax in Japan and Pan-Asian TV all throughout the continent, but when it comes over to the States, at the same time, it'll be shown on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block, which, come on, that's Toonami right there. The news was actually kind of leaked on Toonami's Tumblr account, so there you go with that. So this, because of the fact it's going to be shown on American TV, if you're hoping for, hey, they're just going to subtitle it and throw it on TV, no, that's not going to happen. Many people have always been begging Toonami and Adult Swim, hey, show some subtitled stuff. It never does well overall in terms of the viewer numbers. So it's going to be dubbed, English dubbed. We know about this. Funimation has already announced they have the rights to this. They are going to be bringing this to DVD and Blu-ray, but of course they're going to work on the English dub day in, day out, same day as Japan, and throw it out there on American TV. I think that's absolutely amazing. Now, for those of you who have maybe forgotten what to expect from Space Dandy, here's a little taste. If anything, when you're looking at this trailer, aside from just the fun aspect of it, I mean, it's going to be a little extreme in terms of the fan service at some points, as you saw in there. I'm really digging the music as well. I'm guessing and I'm hoping that second tune that they used in the latter half of the trailer is actually the opening theme song, but we don't know yet, and when we find out, I will let you guys know. Now, this is not the only news that Toonami, in partnership with Funimation, decided to release. Especially for the sole fact that the information that went out on Toonami's Tumblr was actually pulled. And apparently they took to Twitter to explain why, because a lot of the information that they posted on there has not been confirmed. First off, they were initially stating that it would start on January 4th. That's earlier than shown in Japan. So I don't know if Funimation has that kind of money or that kind of pull, but who knows? That's always an option there. They redacted that and basically said the start date is not 100% confirmed. We will have a firm date very soon. They also said on the Tumblr post that it was going to be 26 episodes. That also has not been confirmed. But given the fact they threw this on the official Toonami Tumblr page and then took it away, I'm kind of hoping that this information is actually true. This will be a very big win for the American anime industry to have something like this on a weekly basis, instead of just focusing just on throwing stuff on Crunchyroll, Funimation, Viz, Anime Network, etc., etc. You can throw something day in and day out, day in with Japan broadcasts on American TV, and it will still be popular. That's amazing. I'm hoping that this is the start of many more series like this. I would love to see more like this. I'm sure this is more of a just an experiment maybe, but given the pedigree of who's behind Space Dandy, I think it's a good bet. So Toonami also made the announcement on their Twitter account that apparently in December, the Cartoon Network Adult Swim block will have weeks, just straight weeks of movie nights. So I'm guessing right off the bat, they'll at least showcase Ava 1.1 and 2.2, which they already have. Maybe Knocking on Heaven's Door, the Cowboy Bebop movie. I'm sure if you guys went to their Toonami website, you can probably have a place there to say, I want to see this movie or I want to see that movie. If it's been licensed by Funimation and it's available on DVD and Blu-ray with an English dub, there's a good chance, or at least there's a possibility that they could actually be chosen to be shown in December on Toonami. So we'll see what happens with that. But moving on to some bigger news that, bigger as in it was more exciting for me. It was announced that my favorite series of last season, Gatchaman Crowds, it has been confirmed that it is getting a second season. I couldn't put it any better myself. That is exactly how I acted, complete with the foam and flailing arms and everything, fell on the ground. Come on, it's Gatchaman Crowds, for crying out loud. And even though it kind of ended a little rushed, people are wondering, were there going to be a second season? Now we know. I'm so freaking thankful that there is going to be a second season. Now, what's going to be in this second season? Who's going to be in it? Is there going to be the same staff, same crew? We have no idea. Now, obviously, this is all expected at a later date. All we know is that, yes, it has been confirmed season 2 for Gatchaman Crowds. Good times. Very good times. At least for me, at least. Going over to a teaser website that's been counting down to just a few days ago. Once it counted down, it went to website saintseiya2014.com. And after the countdown ran out, there was just one little image right here that was let go. I think this is quite nice. Okay, more Saint Seiya is awesome, but is that CG I'm seeing? Yes, it is. It has been confirmed that they are working on a full CG Saint Seiya film titled Saint Seiya Legend of Sanctuary. Now, for those of you who are fans of Saint Seiya, might recognize that subtitle right there because Legend of Sanctuary is based on the incredibly popular Sanctuary arc in the original manga. I mean, that's kind of the bit that started the massive popularity where it kickstarted into high gear. Now, I do like the fact that we have the really epic duo behind Tiger and Bunny. You have Tomohiro Suzuki, who wrote the script, and then you have Keiichi Sato, who directed Tiger and Bunny. They got back together to work on this movie. And the best part about it, the original mangaka is actually serving as executive producer of the film. Now, originally, this was set to be released in July of 2013. Should have already been out. But they obviously pushed it back because the timer and the website got pushed to 2014. Now they're stating on the website it's scheduled to be released in early summer of 2014. Now, I'm always one to say I'm willing to give companies extra time. If they're going to go down, say, the Blizzard or Valve route, where it'll be ready when it's ready, I'm willing to wait a year. Year's kind of stretching it, but maybe a year tops delay to actually get a good finalized product. If this gets pushed any farther, I'm going to seriously start questioning if it's even going to come out. It's going to be, the equivalent of vaporware for a movie. Who knows? I want to move on to, let's talk about Macross Frontier. It is a series that many of us have truly enjoyed. I've watched it over and over again. So popular in America to the fact that Anime Expo hosted a concert with the two main vocalists from the series and had a surprise guest by Yoko Kanno, who composed the music, in a country where the anime is not legally available. Harmony Gold, I hate you so much. Anyways, but apparently those in Japan, they already have a DVD set. They have a Blu-ray set. But you know what? That's not enough. Because apparently there's actually some new technology that has come out. If you look on their official website, on the left-hand side is a close-up of a frame from the original Blu-ray release, and there's actually a new digital remaster technique used on the right side for this brand new Blu-ray box set that smooths out all the lines. And I just want to see this now. I want to see a trailer with this new digital remaster, and it'll make me beyond jealous because I really, really want this Blu-ray box set. To further tease everyone, they released some images of the artwork. Right here on the left-hand side, you have Cheryl Gnome's going to be on the front cover. On the right-hand side is actually going to be Roncalli on the back. I'm digging the theme that they're going for this one. And, of course, with Blu-ray box sets, you don't just get the movie on disc, but you get a bunch of bonuses as well. And this will also include a 112-page illustration book. I really want that. Also, a 64-page storybook, and a bunch of extra stuff. Music videos, previous release OVAs, karaoke videos, new commentary, etc., etc. Also, I should mention a new drama CD as well. So this will be released in Japan on Christmas, December 25th this year. It is retailing for 33,600 yen. That's about $350 US before shipping. I don't know about you, but I really want to add this to my Christmas wish list, even though I will not be able to. I can guarantee that I will not get it. Maybe in the future. All right. I'm really surprised that, last week I was talking about Disney. Disney on AniBreak is usually a rarity, because usually that belongs on From My Mother's Basement on Sundays. But it seems like that's going to be a short trend. I'm hoping this will be the last of the trend. That Disney, we're going to talk about here on AniBreak. And why am I talking about Disney stuff in anime, or anime, manga, video games? Well, one of the biggest events, if not the biggest event for fans in Japan is Comiket. They have the winter one, they have the summer one, and you get it's kind of hard to describe the massive throngs of people who actually show up to these. It dwarfs anything we have here in the States. You can go online and look at videos, and you'll be blown away and wonder why we don't have anything like that. But why am I talking about Disney and Comiket? Because apparently Disney is going to be at Comiket for the first time. Now, Walt Disney Studios Japan will be there, not to showcase a new anime project or feature film, or animated feature film, I should state. Rather, they're actually going to be promoting Ender's Game, the live-action film starring Harrison Ford. Now, that's kind of interesting because that was produced by Summit Entertainment and released in the States by Lionsgate. Doesn't have any tie-in with Disney whatsoever, but apparently Disney's handled the distribution over there. So I ask, the same question again. Why is Disney at Comiket, especially to promote a live-action film? Well, because they're going to essentially re-release the original books, but they have a brand new cover. They hired a local illustrator to create some designs. I have to say, though, if Ender's Game was created into an anime, I would definitely watch it if they had these designs. I think that's actually kind of cool. Now, before you're thinking, oh, this could be the hints of an animated feature or an anime series or even an OVA. No, this is not. This is just for the cover. These are just the covers of the re-release of the novel. Nothing to do with really the movie at all. But it's kind of an interesting way to promote a film like this in Japan. But you know what? I guess it'll work. I do find it interesting on a side note that apparently at the premiere that was at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, that the lead actor, Asa, I forget his last name, he was actually talking to Japanese press, and apparently he was mentioning the fact that he likes to read anime and manga when he can, and he, for some reason, was actually comparing, Ender from the books and of course the movie to Shinji of Ava. I'm like, okay, so one's a little bitch and the other one was kind of grown up in a very unique militaristic setup. I'm failing to see the difference here. Or I'm failing to see the similarities, I should say. But yeah, so Disney's going to be at Comic-Con to promote a live-action movie that they didn't produce. Okay, yeah, we'll mark that off as okay. That's a thing and move on. All right, time for some good news. Actually, kind of some surprising news from Crunchyroll. So, Crunchyroll, a few months ago, you may remember, was quietly testing out the possibility of not only streaming anime and Japanese drama, or a live-action drama, but also manga. Well, apparently, the little test they did was good enough in their eyes to move forward. So they made the announcement that Kodansha has partnered with Crunchyroll to digitally stream their manga titles. So Crunchyroll is not only the place for most of the anime that you watch, but also it's now for a lot of really cool manga. And I have to say, the first run of titles that they have is actually pretty decent. Like, we're already looking at Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail, Coppelion. You have Mysterious Girlfriend X. I'm currently actually reading Space Brothers, and I have to say the website version, okay, standard. It has some minor problems, but it is just brand new. It just launched earlier today. But I have to say that they actually did a good thing, and instead of pushing the manga stuff into the already existing app for iOS devices and Android devices, they decided to create their own separate iPad and Android app. And so far, it's fantastic. I have seen very little problems. It's very easy. It's crisp. It's easy to move around, easy to understand where everything is at. And I mean, like I said, I've been messing with my iPad for a while, and it looks great. Here's a little bit of a downside for it. So, like with watching, anything on Crunchyroll right now, there are multiple levels, as in there's a free level, and then there's a paid level. So, if you're a free user, you want to deal with ads. Well, you can actually read devices or read the manga online, and I believe on the mobile devices as well, but you will have ad content interspersed between all the pages. But if you say, I want to get rid of the ads, I'm already paying for Crunchyroll, how much more am I going to have to pay for this? Surprisingly, only $5 a month more. So $11.95 a month, and you get all the anime, all the manga, and all the drama. Ad-free, high def, $12 a month, that's it, you're paid for. Now, if you already are at that premium tier level where you're already paying for anime and the drama, you're not going to notice any difference in change. You're just going to get the manga stuff for free, just add it on to it. Looks like Crunchyroll is throwing this almost everywhere. It's going to be released in over 170 countries. And this is just the start. You have 12 titles to start off with, and it's including a lot of stuff that I know you guys are going to be at least interested in, because there are many anime adaptations of these manga titles. So, although there is one in here that I'm really looking forward to reading, it's a UQ Holder. We've talked about it before, about a month and a half ago. It's the brand new manga by Negima creator Ken Akamatsu. So I'm looking forward to continuing where he left off. So you guys can check that one out. It's on Crunchyroll right now. The Manga app is free, so you can download it on either iOS or Android devices. If you have the free account, you will have ads. If you have a premium account, ads are gone, and it works pretty well. So you guys want to check that one out. But that's not the only bit of news we're going to talk about regarding Crunchyroll, because an interesting bit that I actually came across just a few hours ago that posted online on website All Things D is that did someone just buy Crunchyroll? Well, not outright. There is actually a conglomerate or a group called the Chernin Group. They made the announcement that they just bought a controlling interest in Crunchyroll. What that basically means, probably something along the lines of 51%. So while they don't technically outright own Crunchyroll, because they have the majority stake, whatever they want to do with Crunchyroll goes. Now, when Crunchyroll first launched and actually went legit, they of course had to deal with numerous investors, including TV Tokyo. Total, we picked up a total of about $5 million in funding. So, what does that mean then with this? What is the Chernin Group paying for Crunchyroll for their stake? Well, it hasn't been confirmed, but people familiar with the transaction basically stated that the investor group is buying the stake and will value Crunchyroll at something less than not $5 million, but $100 million. So I think that's quite nice, actually. So not only did Crunchyroll just massively increase their their value, but we have no idea what the details are about this. Crunchyroll has yet to respond to any request for a comment about this whatsoever. So I can only speculate at what this could mean, given the fact that this is going to be a massive boost in terms of what they can do now. With all that extra investment, hopefully that means they can get a hell of a lot more titles, even though they probably have the most widely available amount of streaming content in the United States right now. So I think that's kind of nice right there. Apparently TV Tokyo will still have a say in this. We'll have a stake in this. But the Chernin Group will actually have a controlling majority of it. So hopefully by Sunday they'll come out with an announcement, or with a statement at least, that we can discuss more on From My Mother's Basement on Sunday. To give an idea of what the Chernin Group is all about, it was started by a man named Peter Chernin, who is actually once served as the president and chief operating officer, the COO of News Corp, from the late 90s to 2009. And since then, he started the Chernin Group, and they've worked on a number of things. Not only a bunch of stuff for Fox, because obviously News Corp owns Fox, but you also have stuff like they help finance Rise of the Planet of the Apes. They worked on Parental Guidance, these movies. They also launched a TV portion of their group to handle stuff usually on Fox TV, but the fact that they have stuff for movies, they have stuff for TV, and now with the purchase of with this majority stake in Crunchyroll, now they have something online as well. No idea what this is going to do. This could be a major game changer. This could also mean nothing. Hopefully we'll find out more, but the information was just released earlier today on allthingsd.com, so I wanted to get it out to you guys first. Let's move on to some really cool stuff, actually. We've talked about it on Sunday, and it was a brand new Kickstarter that you guys should really back. And this is actually for an original, the original Bubblegum Crisis series on Blu-ray. This Kickstarter has been kicking ass just for the past few days. It just only launched like 6 days ago. They're initially asking for $75,000. They've already, got past that. They're currently at $84,282. And if you are very interested in, partaking in this, and I think you really should, because not only at this point would you be able to, at the very minimum for $50, you can get the Blu-ray for Bubblegum Crisis, but also you get a number of great bonuses as well. And the bonuses keep on stacking up as more people actually donate, because anything beyond $75,000 and you yourself actually donate, you will have a say in part of what that excess money is used for. Would that mean that you're going to get additional behind-the-scenes content, or maybe some bonus posters added in with your order? It could go as far as actually getting, if they get enough money, actually, they might be able to include the prequel series to Bubblegum Crisis called AD Police, which is actually pretty fun in its own right. Sadly, at this time, I really doubt they can actually get the sequel, Bubblegum Crash. We're not going to talk about the remake, which was Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. That is something completely different, and that's still being has license over here. Initially it was by ADV. I think that's been transferred over to Sentai 23 or Section 23. I think it is. But yeah, you guys want to check this one out? Head over to Kickstarter.com, search for Bubblegum Crisis. Easily to find. You have 24 days left to donate to this. And it's something you really should back. I think you would really appreciate it. The other bit, and it was kind of surprising to see that they actually have a fundraiser. I'm trying to figure out why, but once I read their page, now I understand why. If you've been to any major anime convention in the United States, you may have come across, or at least heard about a drink called Tentacle Grape. This is, I guess you can call it a staple beverage at fan conventions, just because it's all over the place. Hell, they even sponsored the 21 and Up Lounge Room at Anime Expo, I think it was a couple years ago. And at there, they hosted a contest, and actually one person won, apparently, a lifetime supply of the soda. The soda itself is actually not bad. I've had it several times. They're actually pretty decent. But they decided to host their own fundraiser, which is not on Kickstarter, but Indiegogo.com. Same thing. Just different website. And they're currently asking for $20,000. Why? Because they want to reformulate Tentacle Grape to be used with natural ingredients like cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. They also want to be able to create stronger and safer packaging. And with those two in mind, they want to be able to open up the market for this, internationally. So UK, Japan. Having Japan have Tentacle Grape soda, that'd be kind of interesting. And of course, this means more Tentacle Grape soda for the United States. Now, like I said, they're asking for $20,000, and they have 31 days left. Currently, they have $2,908. Now, they still have a month to go, and they have everything from, if you want to just chip in and say I support you guys, it's a good drink, it's $1. But they have things for $100, $150, $1,000, $2,000. Of course, if you want to have what they call the Get Graped VIP style for $5,000, they will fly you to the official Tentacle Grape relaunch party in Orlando, Florida, where you will be a VIP of the party. They'll fly you round trip for 3 days and 2 nights with hotel accommodations. You also get a a big prize pack, which includes, of course, a case of Tentacle Grape soda and a ton more. $5,000 to be the life of a party for something like that? Who knows? But I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. You guys can check this one out. Head over to Indiegogo.com and search for Tentacle Grape soda, and you'll find it easily. But, here we are talking about drinks. But you know what? I need something a little stronger than just Tentacle Grape soda. I mean, let's talk about, let's get some good, alcohol going. And why am I bringing this up? Why? Because of Bodacious Space Pirates, of course. We've talked about it before. We've shown the teaser trailer for the upcoming movie. And what better way to promote this upcoming movie than with its own alcohol? Yes, you can order right now special themed bottles of essentially distilled sweet potato alcohol. It is 50 proof. It is a handle. It's 720 milliliters. The packaging's based on the anime. Comes with a bonus keychain of the Jolly Roger. Here's the sad thing, though. I cannot find on their website anything about it bringing or shipping internationally. Everything I can read on their website is all local. It's only in Japan, which means you have to find a proxy to actually buy this. Now, that being said, it shouldn't cost all that much because the bottle of shochu itself is $21. So maybe double that for shipping and for the proxy. $40. People have paid a hell of a lot more for bottles of for bottles of alcohols before, and this one you can save the bottle, you can have the keychain, and it's Bodacious Space Pirates, for crying out loud. That's kind of cool. So, but sadly, I do not believe I'll be able to join those who are going to get those. So I will have to stick with my Rummy Bears, but that's for after and post show. All right, all. I think that's going to be it for this episode of AniBreak. We've gone through a hell of a lot. That Space Dandy news is amazing that we're going to get that in English on U.S. television the same time they're going to get it in Japan. I'm hoping this is the start of a trend. I'm kind of hoping they would bring the Macross Frontier Blu-ray box set over here, but of course we have to comply with legal arguments by Harmony Gold. Screw you guys. Crunchyroll has a brand new bit that they're selling. They're now starting to stream official licensed manga from Kodansha Comics. You guys should check that one out. And if you guys can afford it and you're only paying for the anime section right now, $5 more a month, and you can have this not only on your computer but also on your iOS and Android devices. I think that's kind of amazing. Want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, you can catch AniBreak every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and you can catch every Sunday at 5 p.m. From my mother's basement. Now, this upcoming Sunday, Michael unfortunately will not be joining us. However, we should have a guest join us as well, and it should still be a hell of a lot of fun regardless. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Stay tuned for post-show. Get your videos in for the moment of Zen in the chat room now. So for AniBreak, I'm Jason. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.